So if you follow me on Instagram, you probably know that I drove this from the East Coast, Boston, all the way out to the West Coast. But right here you can see the truck is sitting in the middle of Death Valley, and this is Death Valley. So while out here hitting trails, being alone, out in the middle of nowhere, carrying extra gas, taking drone footage, so forth and so on my way to California, I stopped in Death Valley for the night. I was at a rest stop, and a park ranger reminded me that I couldn't stay there, so he sent me over to a campground that was allowing people to park there for free due to the government shutdown. And when I got there, I found these two people. They were survivors from Paradise. You remember this? Well, most people don't, unless, of course, they lived in the area and were directly impacted. Paradise fires were absolutely insane, and they wiped out entire communities, destroyed everything in their paths. And I ran into this couple in the middle of nowhere that are literally staying in Death Valley because it's the only place they can afford to. Right before the fires, just by the grace of God, they bought themselves an FJ Cruiser and were planning on building an Overland vehicle. Little did they know that this vehicle would suddenly become their mobile home. Unlike most of us that travel the country in our vehicles because we enjoy it, these people are living out of their vehicle because they have no other choice. And I sat down and talked with them and also started getting donations from my main YouTube channel. My main YouTube channel is Richie from Boston. We've already gathered $2,000, which has been sent to them. Tepui Tents has also helped them out. This tent right here in Tread Magazine, this exact tent, was donated by Tepui Tents to this couple. Let's show them how the Overland community helps one another out. These people are literally stuck living out of their vehicle, which needs a lot of work. It needs suspension, it needs bumpers, and it needs rear drawers. Like I said, I have a small YouTube channel, and I've already, in just a couple few days, have gathered up $2,000, which has helped them out exponentially. These guys are Overland Bound members, much like myself, and I'd like to see Mike from Overland Bound at least run this story and help these people out. At any rate, here they are. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm out in the middle of Death Valley, and I ran into a couple of people that are refugees or escaped from the Paradise fires. Jasmine and Tim and Bacon and
Wiley.
These two, they almost mauled me. Look at his face. It's like, I hate that guy, and I'm gonna bite him.
She might take my jacket off.
At any rate, so right before the Paradise fires occurred in California, where these guys once lived, they decided they were going to foray into the Overland community, which worked out really well because since the fires, you've literally been living out of this Tepui tent for how many days?
For about 37 days. We've compiled so far since we did stay a couple nights.
Now, where'd you get this tent? You just told me the story.
J&H Off-Road in La Habra, California contacted us on Instagram.
And they donated the tent.
They said, pull up to our shop. We'll take it off of our show truck to Tepui, because they work with Tepui. So Tepui gave them the go-ahead, and boom.
Nice.
We got ourselves a damn home.
That's the, well, you still could use a little help here and there. But Tepui's awesome. You got to love the Overland community because they definitely come together for people. Like, what year is this?
This is a 2008 FJ Cruiser.
2008, and how do you got it rigged up in the back? You were showing me earlier. Is this the group you belong to?
No, that's just the sticker we made just because we're
living out of your car because your house burned to the ground. Car, yeah. Unbelievable. Let's check out the inside.
Our system we have going here.
Now, is this made by Goose Gear or is this a Trek box?
It's a conglomeration of the two of them.
A conglomeration of the two of them. Is it working for you?
It's working. You know, a few things could be tweaked here and there.
But you didn't have the luxury of time.
Exactly.
Like, you literally bought this vehicle and then the fires happened right afterwards.
We
what?
Did 0 modifications before we ended up having to live out of it.
Wow.
A couple trips to Walmart.
A couple trips to Walmart. You could definitely use a...
Our closet and toiletries here. Dogs. little tote.
Right, because you're traveling with 2 dogs, so you do have your rear seat in, right?
Oh,
Yes. The whole back seat is for the dogs.
It's the dog's bedroom.
That's their bedroom.
Oh my.
Yep. And then we got tools, all of our tools. I got a mechanics tool set, and then I've got an air compressor, bottle jack, because I hate the cheap ass jacks that they send you with, and high lift jacks scare the hell out of me sometimes.
High lifts are a necessary evil.
And I've just got all the tools that I thought to throw in.
So maybe if the guys over at Trekbox or Goose Gear are listening, they could send a rear drawer system your way. I'm sure they will, because like I said, the Overland community always comes together, especially when people are victims of a fire.
Yeah.
But I digress. How many rims do you got?
We got Open Countries. The dealership put these on, put 4 of them on. They got the 10-ply sidewalls on them. They're rated up to 80 PSI. Obviously, we're not doing that.
Nice.
And then we got these came with it as well. We didn't buy them. Nice fuel rims, and then it came with a non-full-size spare, so we had to...
Now, these step bars or whatever these are were on the side. You're going to swap these out for sliders at some point?
As soon as we can, yeah. Cocapelli already made an example of us over here.
On the other side?
No, right here. You can see the bend tweak right there. Yeah, they're not necessarily rock sliders.
All good,
but
all good. What do we got? This is a mainly stock interior. I love this. See, FJ, you can get this set up right here. The compass, the altimeter, and all that.
Oh, yeah.
I really want a factory one in mind, because I never know what the outdoor temperature is, and I never know which way I'm going.
I can't believe how much we've utilized that tool.
It's awesome. Is that got the inclinometer?
Yep. So we know how out of level our rest is going to be tonight.
Nice.
Okay, so like I said, with just the small Overland channel that I have, I managed to raise $2,000 for these people so far, and they need that for food. They need that for fuel. They're literally staying at a free campground in the dead center of Death Valley because they have no place else to go. Red Cross, FEMA, insurance, nobody's helped them. They lost their homes. They lost their jobs because their jobs burned down. They lost 2 vehicles, and they are in desperate need. They desperately need rear drawers. They could use another battery. They could also use a refrigerator and then whatever else. I'm putting the call out to the Overland community. It's time that we all stand together and help these people out, because imagine if this was you. Jasmine and Tim. Their PayPal and their mailing address will be in the description, and I like to see everybody mirror this video. Let's help somebody out that's less fortunate than ourselves. At any rate, Richie from Boston for Jailbreak Overlander. I am out.